What's the reason for the detainment tonight, officer?
So there's no license plate on the back, brother. You got your driver's license?
I'm not going to answer any questions, but I do want to ask, am I detained right now?
Yeah, brother, you're on a traffic stop.
Alrighty, well, I'm asking you to read me my rights and take me to the local magistrate because you're not qualified to make legal conclusions about what my license plate implies or what regulations I'm bound to follow. As far as I'm concerned, this stop is unconstitutional and you're violating your oath of office, and I'm going to be exercising my rights and not engaging in any questions, and you can proclaim that I'm under some type of obligation to have license plates or provide you any information, but I'm going to exercise my rights to my fullest capabilities, and with all due respect to the law, I am a student of the law, and I don't find any lawful reason for this stop, and I'd like to speak to your supervisor.
Alright. That's a whole lot of stuff you just said.
Well, it's all on video if you need me to replay it,
Well,
officer.
Yeah, we got all kinds of video going.
What's your name and badge number?
Krause, 310.
Thank you, sir.
So, you have your driver's license.
I'm not going to answer any questions, and under the Fifth Amendment, I'm not going to provide you any information that you're going to be using against me in the court of law. Like I said, you can read me my rights, and I'm going to be silent until I'm either taken to the local magistrate to discuss the constitutionality of this matter, or you provide me with your supervisor.
I just want to make sure you're clear, okay? By not providing your driver's license, you are subject to arrest for failure to identify.
Well, like I said, under my position, I'm exercising constitutional freedoms.
I understand.
And if you feel like, you know, this is some type of Nazi country where you can say, show me your papers and I have to obey, then, officer, I'm sorry, you're mistaken. You need to reread the Constitution. You need to understand the Supremacy Clause and how we're still free. I'm not a slave, and you're not a slave catcher. You're a servant to the people. I'm just traveling. I'm riding in my vehicle, my automobile, private. Just purchased it. I have no obligation to go rush into any registration, license plate. I just purchased this vehicle. I'm not going to provide you any information unless I'm compelled to, under threat, duress, or coercion. Unless you pull out your gun and point it at me, I'm not going to do anything for you.
I'm not going to do that, brother. As long as you don't have any weapons on you, we're not going to go that route.
I mean, first of all, I usually don't answer questions like that, but I don't carry any weapons, and even if I did, it would be protected under the Second Amendment as an arm.
I just want to make sure we're clear on the first part, okay?
For sure.
Okay, if you don't provide ID, you're
like I said,
arrested.
That's your opinion.
That's not opinion. That's what's going to happen.
Is the government violating the Ninth Amendment by using tactics, propaganda, media, and other ways to encourage people to just comply and never question authority or unjust laws? If cops don't know the oath they swore to, how are we supposed to know if what they're telling us is the truth? Countless videos prove cops are oblivious to the Constitution. This is another one of those videos. And why do we keep seeing videos like these? What's the wording that makes people keep thinking they should question whether or not they need a driver's license to operate a motor vehicle? Or should I say automobile? Because words are important, folks.
All right, well, if you would like to provide...
I'm trying to be as polite as possible with you. I just want to make sure that's perfectly clear.
What's the reason for providing my identification or any information whatsoever?
You're subject to a traffic stop right now for not having a driver's or license plate on the back. So you have to provide ID.
Under what law?
It's under state law. So
does state law override the Constitution, sir?
I'm not going to debate all that with you.
Exactly, because you don't understand the protections of the Constitution.
I just want to make sure we're clear on what's going to happen if you don't provide ID.
What's going to happen, officer?
You're going to go to jail for failure to identify. That's what's going to happen.
So you're threatening to take me out of this vehicle, put me under gunpoint, and take me into a cage because I won't show you...
gunpoint, brother. I didn't say
Officer,
anything about
if I don't comply with your demands, how are you going to enforce your lawful command?
You're going to go to jail.
And how are you going to force that? You're going to take out your weapon if I don't comply, aren't you?
Well, we're going to have you get out of this car and we're going to take you to jail.
Exactly, under threat, duress, and coercion. Because I didn't show you a certain document, because you have an assumption that I need to comply with state law where I already informed you this is unconstitutional. And I'm looking at your camera right now, and if we're in court over this, just remember, You have a bond with the city that can be liquidated for damages that you caused me because you violated your oath of office. I already put you on notice of all the rights that I'm actually exercising right now, and you have completely been ignorant of them. Like, you have no respect for the people's rights or for the Constitution's supremacy to state law.